We are going over video game addiction and how South Korea specifically deals with teens with video game addiction. So all of these kids are spending like 14 to 20 hours a day playing video games.
How do they go to school?
I know. Let's take a look.
But for these boys, it's their idea of hell.
They're going to a internet rehabilitation center, which is this
Oh.
place. Government funded.
Addiction rehab
About
center?
2 hours outside of Seoul now at the National Center for Youth Internet Addiction Treatment. Here, teenagers come for a month at a time, and this place tries to show them there's life away from the screens.
1 month screen break.
All devices are confiscated on arrival. The boys will go from full-time gaming to zero screen time.
Cold turkey?
They're young,
저도
like teenagers.
얘네 얼굴이랑 다 모르니까 제가 여기서 어떻게 27일 동안 있지 이렇게 막막했는데
Hearing some of the addiction stories, you start to understand why the government feels prompted to start a school like this.
한 20시간 정도 하니까
20 hours a day.
많이 하니까 이제 좀 제가 좋아하는 게임은
Grand Theft Auto 5.
이고
He's 13.
왜 좋아하냐면
20?
제가 현실에서 할 수 없는 이제 차도 타보고 총도 쏴보고
It's like an escape.
Yeah, school.
On school days, up to 10 to 14
Oh.
hours. This kid's like impressed. He's like, wait, how? You play till 4 a.m.? They're all impressed.
정말 오래 쉽게 뭔가를 해도 무기력해지고 하기가 싫어지고 귀찮아지고 그래서
Here,
That's sad because most people play video games to escape the feeling of being depressed and lonely. And then if you play games too much, eventually playing video games will make you feel depressed and lonely.
they're able to share their gaming stories. And for many, they've never said any of this out loud before.
휴대폰이랑 컴퓨터 해가지고 이기면은 기분이 좋아지는데 지면은 그 주위의 물건들을 계속 때리고
Oh,
막 화를 내가지고 보내.
that guy could be in like a K-pop group. He's so
In
cute.
Korean, this center is known as the Internet Dream Village.
Dream.
The South Korean government gave it that name to avoid scaring off teenagers with labels like rehab.
종이를
Smart.
나눠드릴 테니까요. 한 장씩 보시고요. 여기에 기필코 성취해보고 싶은 것.
You hear a lot of talk of dreams here.
So that's pretty
The
good
take-home
goal.
message is, if you control your time online, you can become whatever you want to be.
저는 누구에게 가르치는 것을 제가 진정으로 원하는 거라고 생각하고 있어서 절대 포기하지 않고 죽지 않아야겠다는 생각이 들었습니다.
That's pretty good. I mean, how else do you get out of addiction other than identifying goals that you want more than your escape, right?
Yes, and that require your time and effort. So you have to be willing, to divert your time and energy into something else. It needs to be something you're willing to, work
That
towards.
seems like good
goals.
rehabilitation strategy regardless of the addiction.
It's not just hours online that determine an addiction. Diagnosis comes from how a person behaves when they're online and how they feel when they're not.
Oh, yeah. Because sometimes I see, you have Gustin, who's like 6, your son.
And they have an emotional release.
But he also has
they-
an emotional reaction when he can't play a certain game.
Yes.
That's what it's like.
And
when he
really
says,
wants to.
when they have controlling how they feel when they're not online, it must be really stressful because being online is such an escape for them that it's like when they can't have it, it's almost like they can't handle it.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
It's where,
I mean, but isn't that's where
it's their release valve for their emotions sometimes. He's like, I can punch things or I can do things on the thing. You know?
That's what I didn't. I guess
Well,
that gives me a new perspective on internet addiction. It's not that you can't handle being like. It's not that you can't like you're compulsively on it all the time. It's that you can't handle being away from it.
Yeah, and there's nothing to distract you.
Centre Director Dr. Shim tells me he can turn lives around by teaching them restraint.
단지 이제 아이들이 게임을 한다든지 뭐 다른 목적에서 하루에 한두 시간 정도면 충분하지 않나 이런 생각이 들고요. 그 이상으로 사용을 하게 되면은 상당히 과하게 사용하는 거다.
This guy sounds like a hard ass. I mean,
아이들이 사용을 하되 스스로 조절 능력을 키우는 게 저희 캠프의 목적입니다.
Like a Korean teacher.
basically, yeah. But this is how everyone's.
Finding with my cell phone confiscated and locked away out the back that it's actually quite weird. I keep grabbing for my pocket and going to check it. It makes me wonder about my own internet usage actually. But for these guys who are using 10, sometimes 12 hours a day, going completely cold turkey for a month, it's got to be super tough. Very admirable.
You know, but what's actually nice about this rehab center is at least they have each other to like play games with. Like that, I
Yes,
think
and
that's.
talk to, and you guys are both kind of miserable on the same reasons.
But that's actually one thing the internet hasn't quite captured yet is like that human to human interaction. It does everything else great, like getting you news, playing games, getting your email, texting, like keeping in contact in contact with people. But then in terms of experiencing a human to human interaction, like the internet can't do that. And the fact that they at least have each other and like it's courage for them to like at least like it looks like, you know, they're playing games together. I think that's actually socializing is the best way to break like an internet.
And maybe that's why they're at this age addicted to the internet, because they don't have to, it's kind of awkward and weird
Yeah.
to have to socialize like that.
Yes.
And so
But when
they'd
you're young,
rather
it's the
just
best
escape.
time to
They're like,
break it,
why
right?
do I have to do this?
Yeah. And I think
Like,
I think
oh.
probably South Korea, or at least the government has observed a lot of like maybe teens in danger of that. And so they're stepping
Becoming
in and
like
doing
real
these things for
hermits
like
and
yeah, it's scary if you addiction, I guess, or any amount of consuming anything unmoderated, or is that the word? And not in moderation is just it's a danger.
yes, any addiction left unchecked can cause you to be dysfunctional.
Yeah. Okay. This is long, so we
Oh.
gotta let's.
15-year-old Chanu is typical of the addicts Dr. Shim sees at this camp. He often acts out when he loses a computer game.
게임이죠. 하고 있는.
Oh,
제가 게임을
he
지면
loses.
분노돼가지고.
It's not like impulse control, like in general. Maybe.
Which is why he can't stop playing.
Noticed
Right.
he's super competitive at all the non-tech games here as well.
76.
Competitive in general. It's a
So,
personality trait.
Well done.
During his time here, Chanu will have a mentor by his side. It's important to have someone to talk to who's more older brother than psychologist. But Chanu's biggest worry is making it through the night without a smartphone.
되게 좀 활발하다고 들었는데 되게 막 환경 같은 게 낯설어서 그런지 막 쌤 눈도 피하고 손도 막 뜯고 그러지.
Anxious.
집에서도
Oh, yeah.
혼자있으면 불안한데 여기에서 또 쌤께서 어디 가시면 저 혼자인데 그게 밤이면 불안 증세가 너무 올라가지고
이제 인터넷이 없고 제가 이제 TV 그런 거 접하지 않게 되니까 제가 이제 뭐 해야 되지 이렇게 불안하고
They don't give them books.
Can't sleep?
강하게 알겠어 쌤이 어떻게든 저녁 많이 붙어 있어볼게.
사실 연세 26번,
So mean.
27번이 있는 시간이야. 그러면 그 시간 동안
Oh, this is his first night?
하는 느낌이 어떨 것 같아?
I guess so. Yeah.
다혈질 막 화를 내는 거 그게 좀 줄여지지 않을까 해서 여기 있는 게 좋은 것 같아요.
힘들지만 그 기간만큼은 제가 제 모든 것을
Good for him. He wants to change.
제가 해볼 수 있다라고.
It's interesting that Chanu talks of getting clean. Like any addiction, acceptance is a key step. And it's great to see Chanu owning it and determined to overcome it.
See it, please.
It can't be easy for these guys.
Oh, that looks fun.
I
Can I
notice
just-
an older
Only
boy
if
in
you're
cover
high.
therapy looking a little morose. He
Can I
tells me
comment
he
this
doesn't
thing
want to
out?
be here and agrees to step aside and tell me more.
이제 게임하고 싶은 게 좀 더 많이 기다려지고 집에 가고 싶은 마음이 좀
좀 뭐랄까
He's too old. He's too set in his ways. He's 17.
He's like, these guys are too
17-year-old
young.
problem is making real friends. He prefers virtual friends that he meets through his favorite game.
Yeah, he might be introverted anyways, naturally.
같이 놀 수 있어서 그래서 좋다는 말이었습니다.
I mean, I get it, but introverts can make good friends, like socialize. I mean, they can meet people
But
that
not
they can be
in
good
like
friends
forced
with. No,
situations
not
like
forced
this,
settings. But I
especially
think
the first night.
if maybe like introverts like him who maybe haven't met friends like organically, it might be harder. But like I think he would find that more rewarding if he found a good friend that he could relate to than the ones that he found online. But I think he
Well, I
prefers
think
the
his
ones.
problem is he's uncomfortable, so he can't
Get over.
get his natural personality out to attract and make the friends he needs to the way he does online. And online, he obviously is way more comfortable and confident.
Yeah.
And so he makes those friends, but it's like he doesn't understand how to translate that into when he's like physically
also-
stuck in probably in a body he doesn't feel very comfortable in.
Yeah, and you know that's
17.
not saying that it doesn't. Like he probably does have like a internet addiction or like a screen addiction, but also like gamers meet online all the time and they become friends like in real life. Like they'll like meet on like a game and play for years. And so like I'm not gonna knock it. Like you can definitely, I think people can definitely.
Well, anyone who can
relationships
make
in a game, but
regular friends can make friends online.
yes,
It's
exactly.
the other way when that might be difficult because of
I guess you also have to make friends in person too.
learn how to be
you kind of have to learn how to
comfortable
be
enough to find a space to make friends.
It's early days, but he's not making friends here. And he's worried that his online gaming friends will dump him because he's offline.
For 30 days?
접속을 안 하다 보면은 길드에서
Oh, maybe you need to make some real friends then.
집에 가고 싶고요. 엄마 밥을 먼저 먹고 싶습니다. 엄마가 차려주신
Really? Wow, the food they're eating there looks delicious though. Maybe I'm just hungry.
A week into the course, and the kids are in the depths of withdrawal. Like other types of addicts, they feel it physically and mentally.
아이들 같은 경우에는 되게 다양한 금당 현상을 보였는데 손을 뜯는다거나 보통 아이들
They don't know what to do with their hands.
신경질적으로 변해서 이렇게 안 싸울 것도 싸우게 되고 욕을 안 하게 될 것도 욕을 하게 되고
Overly sensitive.
Really emotional.
On edge.
그때가 시간이 하루가 48시간 같다면 지금은 100시간.
What day are they on?
I think the second day.
Oh my gosh. This guy's not going to make it. I'm just kidding.
What are they gonna do? Start reading? They're gonna invent a computer in less than 20 days.
To alleviate withdrawal, the boys are kept constantly busy and active.
Yeah.
Exercise is part of the therapy.
Ooh. I want to go there.
But hours of screen time has left some of these guys a bit
Out of shape.
uncoordinated.
Bunch of nerds trying to exercise.
After a bit of a runaround, the centre uses old school analog fun to keep the boys
Oh
distracted.
yeah, that's what you need. Toys.
The counsellors want the boys to find new passions, hobbies that they can take home and use when they feel the urge to go online.
Hey, music class. What is this camp? I want to go to the Dream Center. Ah, it's so cool.
At the end of a day jam-packed with activities, you'd think they'd be tired. But I realise these guys are used to playing online into the early hours of the morning, so the mentors who stay with them 24/7, they've got their hands full.
Your knees can't touch.
He's like, I'm a gamer. Shut up.
청소년기고 사춘기인 아이들끼리 있으면 분명 싸움이 일어나기 마련이거든요.
The government is paying $300 per day for each of these 29 boys.
Dang.
It's the only full-time centre in South Korea with a handful of other local government short courses. But the most severe cases come here.
It's like $9,000 a month.
그런
These are the
모습을
severe kids, huh?
보면서 멘토가 보람을 느끼지 않나 싶어요.
테니스학 있습니까? 없습니다. 방이랑
It looks so fun.
편히 쉬십시오. 네.
You miss summer camp.
I guess. I don't know. I never had camp like this.
A
This looks
month?
way more
Dream
fun.
Village. I'm left wondering.
Dream
if 4
Village.
weeks of abstinence and activities is enough to ward off a full-blown addiction. I'm back in Seoul to meet a triple PhD psychiatrist running a very different treatment centre.
Triple PhD.
While he says the camp is a
So
positive step for
PPP,
addicts, he
HD.
doesn't believe the methods go far enough.
만약에 이제 예를 들면 군대 보낸다든지 그게 치료인가? 걔네도 군대 끝나고 나오면 또
like
하고
Easy brain clinic?
Dr.
What does
Lee's
that mean?
focus is on brain function.
여기 와서 정말 심한 게임 중독자 취급을
Computer
받는
addicts.
아이들은 여기 오고 싶어 하지 않거든요. 네. 그래서 이거를 자꾸만 건강의 문제, 뇌 관리의 문제로 자꾸만 돌립니다.
He has a PhD in bedside manner.
Patients are assessed psychologically
How to get the patients to come back, not run away from you.
before having their brain scanned to identify signs of addiction such as
Whoa.
compulsive behavior and depression.
That looks crazy.
우울증이나 우리 뭐 게임 중독이나 아니면 뭐 불면증이나 뭐 이런 다양한 뭐 이런 병명에 따라서 이런 그 저기 검사 그래프가 좀 다르게 나오죠.
It's just like the Avengers showed Korea to be.
가벼운 우울 증상을 느끼는 정도. 여기 이제 버튼을 누르면은 순간 전자석으로
Those mannequins remind
Why
me of
can't we get
something
some Korean-looking
scary.
mannequins, huh?
What you're seeing is transcranial magnetic stimulation.
Is that
He
real?
believes it reduces depression and addictive cravings.
This looks like one of those sports bracelets that had magnets in them.
신경세포를 자극시키는.
Korea uses a lot of
Dr. Lee says his
machines.
treatment includes counselling and medication for those who need it. But it's not a quick fix solution. The treatment can last months, if not years.
How much does it cost?
It's impossible to measure the success rate at this clinic because the aim is not to cure, but to achieve self-control.
I'd rather go to the camp.
Isn't that a cure?
It's the same aim as the Internet Dream Village.
Yeah, I'd rather go there.
I'm heading back now to see how the boys are getting on now that their treatment is nearly finished.
You just want the quick 30-day.
Not the quick 30 day, the fun 30 day. What? Look at what is it? Inner tubing? Oh my gosh!
That's how you know you're not addicted to the internet.
Because this looks fun.
Yeah.
Their faces
Not
are
like a
very
chore.
different from when I first saw them.
They're having fun too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're all smiling. How could you not have fun?
Perhaps it is possible.
They're gonna
to
throw
forget
up.
about gaming if you
Even
put
this
it
guy,
on this
the
device.
grumpiest guy. He cracked his not frown, not usual frown.
Heading inside for an afternoon counselling session, I'm surprised to find it's a poetry class.
Whoa.
With
Yeah.
a little K-pop for
What do they put
inspiration.
in their food?
Bonito
The
flakes.
counsellors here have really pushed them on communication. They're learning to express their emotions, which have been buried in the digital world. So something like
What?
poetry
All
is a
Koreans need to go
huge
to this
step
camp.
여덟
I mean,
김치 넣고
happened?
라면이나 끓여 소주 한 잔 쭉 들이키자.
He's 17.
They're writing about family, nature, and love.
첫 사랑.
But they're also writing the kind of awkward poems you'd expect from teenage boys.
구석구석을 전명에 쓰면 안다.
Damn.
예쁘다.
That guy's smooth. Even he's blushing. The first love guy.
He's like, I wish I was her.
Ooh,
For
meditation
almost a
class.
month, these boys have been taken out of their comfort zone.
What? Everything here.
Yeah, but then what happens when they go back? They have to go
Tomorrow,
find
the
the.
course instructors
PPPhD.
will really push them over the edge.
at least they're exposed to like, you know, music lessons and like meditating.
Different things, yeah.
Boot camp day.
Different ways to cope.
And they're here to experience
camp
extreme
day?
adrenaline.
Ooh, extreme adrenaline.
As characters in games, they've leapt off tall buildings and died 100 times over. But here, it's for real.
Try
And internet
millions.
addicts can't stop comparing the two worlds.
게임할 때 뭐 죽는 게 그냥 쉽잖아요. 근데 실제 보니까요 죽기 싫어요.
Someone's screaming already.
11 meters above the ground, they'll feel real-world fear.
33 feet.
And if they
around
complete the
35 feet.
challenge, they'll feel a sense of achievement.
여러분들
2 stories.
머리부터 떨어지시면은 굉장히 위험하게 그냥 훅 가요. 근데 뭐 어디 다리나 혹은 이 팔부터 떨어지면
Maybe they should just start with this.
그 충격에 인해서
Then they can make it a one-day rehab center.
순간적으로 여러분들 온몸에 마비가 와요. 굉장히 위험합니다, 여러분들. 그래서
It seems everyone is scared.
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights. I wouldn't do this. It all looked fun until now. Oh, Mr. 17-year-old.
It doesn't look like Suin will get out of this one. But in between his protests, I notice the course is changing him for the better.
그 세븐나이츠는 점프하는 게임이 그 씬이 많잖아요. 근데 여기서는 그게 도움이 돼서 이런 것들은 쉬운 거 아니에요?
아니요. 현실하고 게임은 달라요. 그거는 구분해야죠.
He's smiling, kind of.
The first boys are building up the courage to jump.
That guy's wearing a mask, so this must be kind of recent.
He's mad.
Oh, they had to jump off? I thought that, oh my god, I thought they just had to climb
Overcoming
the
the
thing.
terror comes with a sense of victory. And for Untek, it brings an epiphany.
게임할 때는 생각적인 그런 쾌락만 있는데 여기서는 생각이랑
Oh, look at that.
몸 그런
That's how you get
Real
That's how you
excitement.
get someone rehabilitated. Get them to experience something
Real
better.
adrenaline. He's like, uh-oh, adrenaline
But it's like,
junkies.
yeah,
Ah!
how would a 13-year-old have this kind of experience unless the government funded a
Sends him to a camp.
or funds
And I'm surprised to see him scooting up the pole with
funds more
determination.
social events, I guess. Oh, he's sitting. He got up there. He didn't even. It didn't even look like he
He
tried.
doesn't quite grab the bar, and he looks defeated. But I think he's relieved.
He's just gonna lay down.
Yeah, he's like, I spent all of my energy climbing
Most
that thing.
importantly, he's faced his fears.
They're laughing at him.
He's like, I've never been that high before.
버튼에서 오래간만에 성취감을 얻을 수 있었고 마음이
What a baby!
뭐랄까 약간 울컥한다는 느낌.
Good job.
It's the last day at Internet Rehab. It's been a
Internet
long
Rehab.
and challenging experience for these guys. On top of the technology ban, they've also been without their parents. And finally, they're reunited.
Parents had a nice long break. They got to play computer games.
Yeah, they got the computer. Finally.
Like, finally. Get to look at my recipes.
처음에는 4주간 스마트폰 없이 4주를 버틸 수 있을까 했는데 내가 이 캠프를 나가서도 운동이나 소통을 할 수
Nice.
있을 것 같아.
Hey.
좋고
아유 우리 아들 대견해졌네. 표정 밝아 보였어요. 안심이 됐고.
He's gotten sunlight.
뭔가 변화를
Gone
미묘하지만
outside.
변화를 느끼겠고요. 주는 엄마가 되겠습니다.
This centre is a test case for other nations who are also dealing with increasing internet addiction. Even in Australia, there's growing concern over the amount of time kids spend online.
Uh-oh. It's happening
The treatment
everywhere.
centre will make sure these guys have access to counsellors in their hometowns for ongoing support.
The internet's
But when they
everywhere.
return to everyday life, Will they really get out the Lego and crayons instead of reaching for their smartphone?
The guitar. The 11-meter high pole.
To get clean and stop his angry outbursts. I hope he can resist the temptation of games and maybe achieve that dream of becoming a teacher one day.
얻어가는 건 우선은 제 마음이 깨끗해지는 것과 이제 여기 오니까 인터넷 그런 거 다 막아놓으니까 이제 저도 인터넷과에 이제 고립된 생활을 하면서 이제 중독에서 멀어져 가는 것을 느낄 수 있었고. 즐거웠어요.
Oh.
You know, I think it's good to take a break from anything, even weed or coffee or anything that you consume regularly. Recently I've been just turning off notifications on my phone just because I didn't want to be. I spend less time, I feel like, on my phone and my screen now, unless I'm like doing work.
Yeah.
But I turn
lose
off my
phone a
notifications
lot.
because I don't want to be. I only want to check my phone when I want to check my phone. I don't want my phone to let me know when it's time to check it. But yeah, it's that's how South Korea is treating video game addicts. I think it was really interesting.
Yeah, I feel like when they're in school, they don't want to look at this green or play as much. It's only when they're on their breaks, but that's why I was wondering, what are they doing when they're at school? Or I wonder if it's the case now still.
All right, well,
But
if you need to take a break from your phone, go check out our merch store. And,
step outside and have a whoa.
Otherwise, if you don't have buds, we're your buds. We'll see you.
If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe.